Hibiki was also used in the crime. She just doesn't remember because she's traumatized. Only 6 hours left. Yeah. Well, if everything goes well, we'll finish the trial and we'll do free time for chapter 4. Maybe even go up to the murder. It really depends how much of the trial is left. I'm trying to think of evidence that we have that wasn't covered in the trial, because that's usually a telltale symbol that you cleared the trial, right? So, we've talked about, I want to say, maybe 90% of our truth bullets. So there will be a little left, maybe more gun minigame, I really fucking hope not, and then we convict Kanade and Hibiki. Anyway, that's my expectation for how things are going to go. We'll see if that's what actually happens. Alright. So, anyway, let's go ahead and do this, guys. You know what, fuck it, let's just start a new game. Just kidding. Alright, here we go. Let's get our reading, voice acting voice on. Nikkei, I'm afraid that would be impossible. Why? I get that you have barely enough time, but if you move at full speed... Sora's right. 2 minutes is far from enough when you're trying to hide 10 body pieces. How's this been a good trial so far? Honestly... I think I figured everything out before the trial started.
Yes.
Like, the gag is gonna be that they put the body parts in the moving Satsuki robot mascot, and that's how it got from C block to A block. They just haven't gotten there yet. But a lot of this stuff... Chapter 3 always sucks. I will say, I think Chapter 2's trial was not very good. Also, if she did use her sister, who forgot everything because she gets traumatized when she sees certain things, that's also a little silly to me. We made new friends, had soft tacos, Yamatade, and pool sanitation. That's a good summary of the trial. Also, the way she's talking about it, it's literally...
I will roast you!
It is literally like, I did it, but you can't prove that I did. Like, that's very much the
kitchen
tone.
is closed.
More importantly, the ghost house fuse box is the problem. They opened it to cut the wires, remember? Yeah, you had Hibiki do that. That means that they had to visit the innermost part of the ghost house. The fuse box was located just beside the entrance to the altar, and the altar is located innermost in the ghost house. Just going to and fro would take up all the time. Maybe there was a secret passage that only the culprit knew of. They could have used the hidden... Oh, they could have hidden the body there and gained access to the fuse box as well. Ding, 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 that would be the chimney. That's another detail that we haven't discussed yet. Please, can someone knock some sense into him? There's no way that kind of passage would exist. The most crucial thing is, if the culprit carried the body to the ghost house, the person who saw that should have noticed it. So how is it, Iroha? Did my sister enter the ghost house holding something in her hands or not? What? Whoa, why are you so flustered? Well, I just didn't expect to get calls. What did you say? Iroha, it seems like you're not very fond of the fact that you have your head attached to your neck. Would it kill you to please pay attention? You told us that you saw my sis entering the ghost house around 1755. Not you, your students. Oh! She was empty-handed. If she was holding a piece of the corpse, I would have recognized it. See? So that means we didn't transport the body directly to the ghost house. See, again with this language, we didn't do that. Did it. You did it. You just said you and my sister as if you did an act. And the act was killing Setsuka, chopping her up into 10 pieces, putting it in the suit, sending it to A Block, and then throwing the bags down the chimney somehow. That part I actually don't know how they did. I don't know if they climbed, they scaled the building, or what. I don't know. That part remains to be seen, but I think we basically have the outline of this trial done. I cannot be the culprit. And as mentioned before, there are too many contradictions to suspect my sister as the culprit. I have something to inquire, Kanade. You have successfully shown us that you cannot be the culprit, but doesn't that mean you yourself admit that your first theory was wrong? We need a minigame? Yeah, that's the only thing that's gonna hold up this trial at this point, Heavy. And now that it's come to this, who do you think is the actual culprit? Well, that's... Honestly, I also need to think through this again. I was so focused on proving my innocence that I haven't come up with another theory yet. Siobai, how about you? Right, Siobai tried to save us already, right? This is the first time I've stood up in a class... that you've stood up in a class trial. Is there any other theory you'd like to provide us with? Wait a sec. I need to clear my thoughts. I missed something big. Is this... No, it can't be. Our two brains are stumped. Please, give it your all. We're all counting on you. This place is honestly so complex that even I cannot get a good grasp on it. No! We're doomed! We needed Kokoro! If Kokoro was here, she would have solved the case immediately, if only she hadn't been killed! Iroha, would you please shut up? We're all doing our best, but... I'm tired. I want to go home. Mama, Papa. Please, would someone clog her mouth or something? We have been through 2 class trials. Of course they were difficult, and we were stumped a couple of times, but this is the first time that our reasoning came to a stop completely. The culprit of this case, who is it? How did they kill Setsuka? Even Kanade, who was the smartest of us all, is having a hard time coming up with a solution because it was her. A person with no special brains or talent like me would never hope to help everyone in this case. Got it. So, earlier in this, didn't Kanade throw her sister under the bus? Like, she presented the possibility that she murdered.
Yes.
And then forgot about it. So what happened to that? We're just gonna drop it? Kanade? So that was it. Everyone, I know the culprit now. I will admit, I'm gonna miss her after she gets convicted as the Blackened and dies. I think she might actually be my favorite character in this game, just because she stands out. Really? Oh, Kanade, I knew it! I believed in you! Hooray! I need to thank Siobai for this. That's a bold opinion. So the thing about her, Tom, is like, she is a rude, smart character. She's basically like Lolly Bianchia, but she actually killed somebody this time. I think Kanade is also Rosen's favorite. I think we might have discussed this. Yeah. And Tom, going back to your point earlier where you said you couldn't get into this game as much, I think it's because the cast is weak. It's a weak cast so far. Even the first episode, remember, we weren't really particularly excited about any of the characters. We just were like... Without him, I would have believed without a doubt that my sister was the culprit. Nor would I have realized that the gate records had been rigged and that my sister was used. Your favorite was Billiards Chan, but she's dead. Hey Bubble Wand, how you doing? Happy Saturday. We just started to get back into the trial. I also really liked Billiards Chan. I think my favorite was Yoruko, and my second favorite, was Setsuka. Third is probably Kanade at this point. Kokoro was cool too, even though she didn't get a lot of screen time. And then, yeah, the rest of the cast is just kind of like in this clump. Iroha's okay. She's kind of being annoying this trial though, if I'm being honest. And I like Nikkei a little bit. The men definitely flopped, yeah. I'm gonna go on record now and say I think Shinji will be the death in Chapter 4. I don't want him to, I just feel like it's gonna happen. Yeah, the fireman. So, you admit to the fact that Hibiki is an accomplice? No, my sister wasn't an accomplice. She was just literally used by the real culprit. Poor thing. This case was performed by a single person, a meticulous one at that. Hey Matt, welcome back. I think the class trial might be taking an interesting turning point. What if it actually isn't Kanade? What if I'm wrong? So who is it? Is she gonna say Teria? Let me spell it out. Let me spell out the clues to you. Follow along with me, everyone. First, just as Siobai said, they're left-handed. And they provided us with a false testimony so that my poor sis would get suspected. Oh, she gonna play me Roha? Girl! But if it was Iroha, that doesn't... It doesn't explain... Iroha wouldn't know how to trigger Hibiki's manic memory forgetting mode. She's gonna blame Iroha, and Iroha's not gonna be able to defend herself because she's stupid. After I just said what? Also, hi, Carverjack. And they had an alibi during the parade so that they could freely move around the monorail. I'm sure you've all realized who I'm talking about, right? Left-handed, false account, has an alibi during the parade. The person who fits all this criteria is... Nikkei! No. Wow, we are really about to... Look at her! She's so happy that we're gonna accuse Iroha. There is no way that it's Iroha. Even though I said Iroha was a culprit from the beginning, oh my god. Why is she happy? Uh-oh! Who wants to do it, guys? Stay free. I see. The person who fits all the criteria is Iroha Nijiue. It has to be you. Hooray for Kanade! She has easily tracked down the culprit for us! What? It is not Iroha.
Bye-bye!
So, how many truth bullets are left? Missing abdomen. Ew, that's so nasty. I forgot how cool this was. So let's go under the guise that this isn't Kanade. Is it possibly Iroha still? It could be, right? She could have hidden the clips, Hibiki's clips. This still doesn't explain how she would know to use Hibiki, though. I feel like we're losing a lot of, we're kind of losing that part of the story. Yeah, we haven't talked about the dolls. So really, there aren't many truth bullets left that we haven't talked about. What's up, Matt? Hi, old? Oh. Oh my goodness. Alright. I guess we'll just continue. I really don't think it's Iroha. I think we need to circle back to Kanade. She's just desperate. The only person who matches the criteria that Kanade mentioned is you, Iroha. No! Wait! Why am I the culprit? Why this all of a sudden? Yeah, Seobai's not saying anything because he knows it's wrong. Let me explain, step by step. Sora, could you show me the pool gate records once more? Firstly, like Seobai said, Setsuka died in the pool, in the morning specifically. Iroha called Setsuka to the pool in the morning. So Setsuka enters at 8:44. Iroha enters at 8:45. Wait, I never entered the pool, like, ever! Shut up, you murderer. Yeah, that is totally the face of somebody that's trustworthy, isn't it? You used my sister to murder Setsuka, and then blamed the whole murder on me. Now you're gonna pay. I never... So, then what? Then she killed Setsuka on the spot, and left the pool at 9:22 to set up the signpost, and she goes off to gather the tools needed to cut the body. So that wasn't Hibiki entering, but Iroha leaving? Yeah, Setsuka's handbook. Then Setsuka's ID, DJ6SX7, would show an out output. She then returns to the pool at 9:54. This time, she has to use her own handbook. Oh, so no one was at the pool since 9:54. He's going with the same logic as Seobai, and I see that this approach also makes sense. She finishes preparing the body for 12:54, and after eliminating any traces left, she leaves the pool using Setsuka's handbook. By doing this, Iroha will leave the pool, but an in output will be saved according to the records. Wait, let me get this straight. Seobai's theory was that the corpse was cut up between 12:53 and 7:04, right? And you're suggesting that it was instead done between 9:54 and 12:54. Yes, 3 hours should be just enough time for the job. And by this way, we solve the mystery of why it took 3 hours just to bring the dismemberment tools. Your least favorite thing about this trial is probably staring at this schedule for half of it. I like this type of thing being used in class trials, because it's an anonymous puzzle and you have to make sense of it, right? The characters are doing their best to do that. I like things like this. It has been really focused on, but ever since they started talking about gates and that type of thing, always is a vital detail. I just hope I don't get lost when they start talking about the tram. Although, to be honest, I think that the tram schedule is a red herring and they didn't use it at all. I think, if anything, they put the body in a bag and then they stuffed it inside one of the Satsuki bot zipper things in the parade, and that's how it got from C block to A block. We're just waiting for the game to catch up with my godly advanced gamer reasoning. You're right, Siobai's theory was acceptable, but not being able to explain 3 hours is a bit weird. Then, the dismemberment process was already done by 12:54, but doesn't that leave too much time until we find the corpse? Listen carefully, I'll explain everything. 12:54, Iroha kept all the corpse pieces into one place before leaving the pool. Later, at 17:24, she uses her handbook to in herself to bring the corpse pieces out. And 1 minute later, 17:25, she uses Setsuka's handbook to leave the pool. We can now perfectly explain the gate records of the pool by this logic. Jesus fucking Christ. I see. So it was possible to rig the records even without an accomplice. Yes, it would have been for the culprit to create no out records to avoid any suspicion from the pool. Sounds like a long SAT question. Yeah, that I... Apparently, if you have 2 handbooks, you can just go fucking crazy with the records. But both mine and Siobai's theory has limitations in that regard. I guess that was a reason for the culprit to do so. Really? Did Iroha actually? Wait, I'm really not the culprit. I've never heard of any of this. Shut up. I'm almost done with my theory. Now, the next part, Iroha, who has successfully finished her job at the pool, moves the corpse pieces to the Block C monorail station. Later, she herself runs to Block A. But isn't that the same as Siobai's theory? Wait just a bit on that. Now's the important part. After Iroha arrives at Block A, she needs to enter the ghost house at 17:55. Didn't she say she left? Didn't she say she left the pool at 17:54? How are you gonna get there in 1 minute? Unless if I have the times wrong. Here, it doesn't really matter that much whether she uses her handbook or Setsuka's, but it was probably better to use her own. I'll explain this a bit later. As I said before, she goes inside to cut the wires to the ghost house fuse box, and she uses Setsuka's handbook to leave. Wait, what the hell are you on about now? That's exactly what you said was impossible when I brought it up. Setsuka's hand is at the monorail station of Block C. How are you going to turn her handbook on? I was gonna ask that too, but I guess he was faster. Theory you're trying to pose just substituted the culprit from you to Bubblehead. With everything else, you're basically saying the same stuff. Honestly? And you even hear yourself? You just have to carry the hands, right? But Kanade, didn't you yourself say that was impossible? It would be impossible for Sis, but definitely possible with Iroha. Iroha actually has a pretty handy tool to hide the hands. What's that? Her hat. Both Sis and I have no ideal space to carry the hands without being seen. The pockets are too small to shove hands in, and if we were trying to hide it in our clothes, it would stick out and seem unnatural. You'd need to both not be seen and also to be able to pull it out whenever needed. This is a case where every minute and second matters. The hand must have been readily available whenever the situation called for it. And you're suggesting the hiding place was Iroha's hat. If you put severed hands on your head and put the hat on top of it, you would hold it in place and it wouldn't seem unnatural. Not only that, but you could also pull it out whenever you wanted to turn the handbook on, so it matches every condition I've mentioned. And technically speaking, Iroha's hat isn't a tool that... Oh, but an attire she always wears. so it wouldn't cause any suspicion as well. So basically, she put the hands on top of her head. Why would I do such a horrible thing? And the one who entered the ghost house was Hibiki, not me. I saw it with my own eyes. That's exactly why I'm suspecting you, Iroha. If you perhaps lied about seeing my sister, you have no alibi. But I'm not the one. Hibiki, tell her the truth. I don't know. I can't remember. Seobai, is there any left other you? Take that as a no. Then let's continue. Iroha causes a blackout at the ghost house, then moves to the A block monorail station. When the monorail resumes its operation at 1800, she rides it back to block C to move the corpse. That part is the same as Seobai's theory. This is the important part. Iroha must have hid the body parts near the ghost house. The place that I suspect is a small park in front of the ghost house, perhaps in one of the bushes there. Wait, but then we're stuck at the same place as before. You guys searched Block A, so if somebody had hidden that kind of stuff... Yes, that's why I'm suspecting Iroha. It was Iroha who investigated the park area. Seobai said it just now, didn't he? That all the culprit has to do is hide the corpse in that place they were supposed to investigate, while I was unable to do so. Because I investigated the place furthest away from the ghost house. And the park that Iroha investigated was right across from the ghost house. In terms of distance, she'd have no problems. She just pretended to investigate, and she lied about there being nothing, just like Seobai said. Liar! Liar! Pants on fire! Exactly. What part am I not making sense to you? But... It was you who told me to investigate the park area. How was I supposed to know beforehand that you would assign me to that place? See, that was my bad. No. Loophole girl. You are Celesting so fucking hard right now. It's too bad, because Celeste was also fierce as hell, but like... Kanani, just give it up. At this point, you're wasting my time. But I had no idea you were the filthy culprit back then. However, even if I told you to investigate some other place, wouldn't you have volunteered to investigate the park?
You're wasting my time.
What? Anyway, Sora investigated near the ghost house, so the only option left for you was probably the park, so that's why you chose that place. It was pretty smart act considering it was coming from Iroha. You deserve some praise. No, I said I'm not the culprit! After that, well, you all know the drill, right? She hid the corpse and came back to us, pretended to join our investigation, and carries the corpse from the park to the ghost house once Sora leaves this place. Can't they check Iroha's ID for the handbook because Seobai borrowed it? So each time you go in and out the gate, it produces a new code. Otherwise, it would be way too easy to just say, show your handbook, show me the code, in, out, not out, whatever. Although, Hebi, there is a tiny possibility that Seobai never clocked out Iroha's book, which would create an out when she was going in if she went in at all. That could be a trump card that's used later in the trial, but I kinda doubt it. I don't think so. This was around 1942. Since the last time she used the ghost house gate, she used Setsuka's handbook. She uses her own handbook to enter the ghost house. The way she'd be able to create an ID from around 1750 without an out record. Also, from here on out, speed is key. As such, since it'd be difficult to use Setsuka's handbook, she would have used her own handbook for convenience. This is why I told you before that Iroha would have used her own handbook first. After entering, Iroha prepares the final step of her plan. She puts the body parts on the altar, uses the blood packs to create a bloody mess, then hides behind the sliding screen near the entrance. After the body announcement, she pretends like she just entered the place, and voila! The corpse from corpse moving to false alibi to false evidence, she did it all by herself. Iroha? No, I told you I'm not the culprit! Yeah, if seeing Hibiki enter the ghost house was a lie. The hairpin! How can you explain the hairpin from the ghost house? Obviously just stole them beforehand. Sister was clearly not herself after the motive revealed yesterday night. Even a toddler would have been able to take it from her. When did I ever have the chance to steal that? You were the one who told us that Hibiki refused to come out of her room this morning. That was still this morning. I have no idea of where she was and what she did afterwards. I only met her again after we found the corpse. Or do you have any proof that you didn't meet my sis during that time? Well, that I can't, I'm not trying to blame you or anything, but didn't you arrive late after the body announcement? Body was found in Block A, yet you arrived even later than Yoruko and Nikkei, who were in Block C. Why is that, I wonder? It's because I was the only one who didn't receive Setsuka's message! You told me later that you received a weird message, right? Yoruko was heading towards the ghost house anyway because of that message. Oh, that's okay. So I was wondering about that. That's really fucking sneaky. Kanade is so manipulative and insane. I love it. I actually love it. She is pink-haired Lolly Celeste / Byakuya. So she intentionally left Iroha out of the loop so that she could later blame her during the trial and say, you showed up like all these red flags when you should have been able to show up on time, you didn't, etc. That is true, but based on our observations so far, that message was sent by the culprit as well, right? Sure, all messages from Setsuka today were sent by the culprit. Okay, so if that's true, why the fuck would Iroha intentionally, if she was the culprit, why would she send a message from Setsuka's iPad thing to everybody but herself that literally outs herself, right? That is all the more reason that the culprit needed to carry Setsuka's hand at all times. As I said before, the only person capable of easily transporting Setsuka's hands is Iroha. Well, that is... So Iroha really did! Maybe her hand on her head was a... Yeah, that did not happen. Siobai, I'd like to know your thoughts on this. Her theory itself has no contradictions, but the fact that the Bubblehead girl thought of a trick this high-leveled, that itself could be considered a contradiction. He's right! How could someone as stupid as me think of a murder this complicated? I think she might have candy up there. Take the hand off and show us the bloodstains on your scalp. You're saying that about yourself? Well, she could have been acting all this time. A wolf in sheep's clothing, if you will. Yeah, like you are? She has the BL hidden there. I was gonna say that, actually. Like, I think she's got some naughty comics up there. Iced coffee in your hat, oh dear. Sideways iced coffee, so it just drips. It seeps into your skull.
You mustn't!
It's not true, I'm innocent, please believe me! You claim you're not the culprit, then where's your proof? This is literally the same situation that we put my sis in. You put her there. Actually, crazy. Tell me, what is the difference between you going on about your innocence without any logic to back it up and sis popping her eyes out? Illogical nonsense! Okay. Why does she have this many sprites that are fucking terrifying? You're asking to be executed.
Immoral.
It seems like Iroha is backed into a corner. Is she really the culprit? Kanade and Seobai did most of the reasoning, and there doesn't seem like there are any contradictions. I guess they're right. Silence from both the attacking team and the defenders. Have you come to a conclusion? I'm sure you're all aware this is the third-class trial, and you cannot take back your decision. Now then, everyone, vote for the culprit with the switch in front of you! Remind me, guys, did we already scrum debate? This seems like a scrum situation. Maybe not, because they're not even torn. They're just like, oh, I guess Iroha did it, because everybody is dumb as rocks. Will the answer be the truth or not? Foo-foo. We have another 85 minutes on the clock. Stop it. You're picking up where Fail left off. Now vote! Objection! So, okay, wait. Before we go further with this, Seobai is actually broken to have in trials. Not Seobai, Mikado. Because Mikado knows the voids, so if the void tells everybody that it's somebody else, all he has to do is say no. And I think that might be about what's going to happen. Like, right now. What? Interrupting the voting again? What is it, Mikado? Something was bothering me all this time, and I finally know what it is. Because it needs it, Heavy. I'm not trying to side with Iroha, but I saw something back then. So what? According to Kanade's theory, Iroha should have dismembered the corpse between 9:54 and 12:54.
I will roast you!
Correct? But I saw Iroha goofing around painting pictures near the harbor around 11. What? Yeah. Yeah. That's what's about to happen. Kanade just got betrayed. I feel like she could try something. She would try something with Mikado. Like, trying to kill him or some shit. Because she's mad. Oh, yeah! I was drawing pictures at the port at that time! Wait, why weren't you investigating? Well, I thought it would raise my spirits. That isn't the important part. If Iroha was at the port around that time, then that means Kanade's theory is completely wrong. Mikado, I take back every bad thing I've said about you. Thanks for helping me. I most certainly didn't do it for you. Now that it's come to this, we're back to square one once again. My, what a troublesome situation. Wait, do you believe this guy? What's wrong, big bro? I mean, how can we tell if it's true or not when it's Mikado of all people? Mikado has always meddled with us, so this time, he might be trying to stop us from getting the right answer. Excuse me? Why would I lie if not getting the right answer right that also cost my life? How should I know? Maybe you're behind all this and did it to survive on your own. After all, you're the one who gave us those motive videos, right? Shinji's right. You're seriously saying that after all you've done so far? What makes you think you've got the right to speak? Don't speak such nonsense. Iroha was definitely at the pool at that time. I'm sorry, but I also can't believe his words so easily. If it wasn't for his testimony, Kanade's theory is perfect. But he doesn't gain anything from lying to us. If it was anyone else, Siobai even, I would have at least tried to believe it. But Mikado? Am I that untrustworthy? Of course! You're the mastermind for crying out loud! Technically speaking, you're the reason we're doing this class trial in the first place! Just this once. Please believe Mikado. No, please believe in me. I really am innocent. I would rather place my trust on dog's droppings than him. How cruel of all of you! At least take this seriously. Is Iroha really the culprit? Iroha doesn't seem like she's telling the truth. Of course, it could be her acting. Oh, she does seem like she's telling the truth. Yes, I agree. Because it's Kanade. We know it's Kanade. Mikado is saying that he saw Iroha in the morning. I should think of something as well. Think of any information regarding Iroha. That could be the missing key to solving whether or not Iroha's the Blackened. So, I have a question for you guys that remember the earlier part of this chapter. Ready? This could actually definitively put the nail in Kanade's coffin. There was tea that Sora drank.
It's tea time! It's tea time!
She got tired afterwards and fell asleep
It's tea time!
for the entire day.
It's tea time!
Who was that tea intended for? It was either Iroha or it was for Setsuka. Because if that was a drug to knock people out, A, it would be so that they could easily kill Setsuka, or B, it would be so that Iroha was by herself sleeping somewhere and would have no alibi for this situation, particularly right here. But if she didn't drink the tea, then she could have been anywhere, and Mikado is saying he saw her. So it's like the last piece of crucial evidence that we need to just say, Kanade, fuck you. You're so suspicious, we already know. Logic craft. This minigame sucks, because the arrow is really rigid. Oh no!
Oh no! Disaster.
Oh, this one is honestly the fucking worst.
Oh no!
Wait.
Disastrous. Wow! It's so much fun!
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Is it space that I'm supposed to be pressing?
No, disastrous.
It's not. It's
oh
not.
No, disastrous.
Okay, so you have to hold it, not press it repeatedly.
Oh no, disastrous.
This is an emergency.
I'm so bad at this.
Oh no, disastrous. Oh no, disastrous.
Yeah, this one is seriously
Oh, no,
so
disastrous.
bad. This is, and there's like 3 stages to this.
Requesting assistance.
I'm dead. Oh my.
Oh no, disastrous.
Ah! What do you mean?
Learn from losing.
Oh no, disastrous.
Ah! Fuck.
Get your act together!
It's so hard, you guys.
My goodness, how awful.
I actually can't say enough how hard this is.
Oh no, disastrous.
Live! Live! Yes! Okay, Wait, stage 2.
Oh no.
For the time parade, when was the last time we saw Iroha?
Oh no, disastrous.
I think it was breakfast. Oh yeah.
Oh no, disastrous.
Disaster. Oh, are we going faster? Wait,
Oh,
what if there's a
no.
strategy to getting hit at certain points so you don't have to deal with other shit? See what I'm saying? Ooh, so smart. Oh! How could they?
Unthinkable. Oh no, disastrous.
Okay, it's fine. I think we made it. What did we do with
My
Iroha during
goodness,
breakfast?
How awful. Oh
mock
no,
us.
disastrous.
Drank her
Oh,
coffee!
no,
It was Iroha's!
disastrous.
You guys! Okay, we called this shit. It wasn't tea, it was coffee. Okay.
Oh no,
Last-
disastrous.
Rude, ignorant, immoral. Did I hit it? No. Ah! I think my health should recover over time, don't you? Can I please get, like, an ability to make this easier? This is so hard, and I hate this, and I'm bad at it. We made it! Fuck you! Yes! Wait, there's one more
My
question.
goodness, how awful.
What happened after we drank your coffee? We passed
Rude,
out.
ignorant, immoral.
Okay. Yes, this one. Okay. He turned Super Saiyan. That was pretty hard. Thank you, Ifrit. I appreciate the clapping a lot. Let's save so we never have to do that again. Till the next chapter. Thank you, friends. Thank you. And your support made this possible. Wait, everyone! What's wrong, Sora? This just came to me, and it doesn't have anything to do with Mikado. But Iroha may not be the culprit. Oh, Sora! Thank you! Also, Fail. Are you recognizing that Iroha has Library Chan's voice? Yes, your support. It was wonderful. What? What's up with you? Was is a secret? Look, no, Fail. You don't get to use my name in vain like this. Actually, something very suspicious happened this morning. After breakfast, I was going to start my investigation when a sudden wave of irresistible sleep came over me. I told you about the reason I was late for the parade, remember? Oh, I do! You suddenly felt... Oh, look at her face. You suddenly felt sleepy, and when you woke up, it was evening, right? But it's not like you were awake all night, right? And you slept through all afternoon, and when you drank coffee... Even when you drank coffee for breakfast. That's exactly it. I saw Iroha wasn't drinking her coffee during breakfast. I thought it was a waste, and naturally being a can of coffee, I drank her coffee instead. I was okay up until then, but after that I felt incredibly sleepy, like as if I was drugged. It was an unnatural wave of sleep. Did? What are you trying to say? Someone drugged the coffee with sleeping pills? Exactly. What? Now listen carefully. The coffee that I drank was meant for Iroha, right? That would What would have happened if Iroha instead drank the coffee?
Well,
Iroha would have slept till evening. Then that would mean that Iroha wouldn't have an alibi from morning till evening, right? Huh? Wait, so someone tried to use sleeping drugs to prevent Iroha from having an alibi? I have to say, why of all people would you target Iroha? Like, no offense, but there is no way Iroha is smart enough to come up with a plan this intricate. She's the only other left-handed person. Oh, I think I'm subscribing to Heavy's idea. She knew it would come up in the class trial that it was only a left-handed person, so she had to pick Iroha. Right. It's too bad, because I feel like if they were really, like, if Kanade really wanted to set up a convincing story, she should have used Seobai. But that runs the risk of Seobai proving his innocence because he's smart. He's like one of the 2 smart characters left alive. Sorry for interrupting this, but was there anything like sleeping drugs on this island? There were some at the pharmacy section at the mart. I always check all the items there, but I didn't notice a difference in number. Do you open the packages and check the insides? Well, I can't. It would take forever if I did that every day. For a cup of coffee, 1 pill should be enough. They probably didn't need to take the whole package. Not any? Anyways, let me get this straight. You drank a cup of coffee that was drugged with sleeping pills. Teria not taking stock properly again, literally useless, yeah. Teria's slightly better in this game than the last one, but I still don't like him. I actually wouldn't mind if he dies in, like, Chapter 5 or something. Yeah, his tie is a mess, it's true. But why would someone prevent Iroha from having an alibi? What would they gain from that? Do you not understand? Wait, I know! There is someone who would benefit from all of this. Someone who's been trying to frame Iroha by preventing any alibis. Right. If Iroha's the culprit, it doesn't make sense that the coffee she was trying to drink was drugged. Iroha's not the culprit. The culprit was the person who was trying to make Iroha drink that coffee. I think Seobai is the fail character.
Pardonnez-moi.
Not me at all. My favorite guy is probably Nikkei. I like his fashionable little neck scarf. It looks good. Wait, if Sora drank the coffee that was originally intended for Iroha, then Iroha being outside during morning was something unexpected even for the culprit, right? That's right. So Mikado's account of seeing Iroha around 11 is something entirely possible. How could you not believe me? I am so disappointed in all of you. Hold on, if Iroha's not the culprit, then the real Blackened is... It's something that just came to me. But if we use this info and reverse the thought process, we can easily track down the culprit. The culprit's identity. The culprit is someone who drugged Iroha's coffee. The culprit is someone who's trying to frame Iroha by erasing her alibi. Someone who was trying to frame her just now. Oh, it was Nikkei. He was doing this the whole time. Yes. Actually, it was Mikado, who just tried to prove her innocence as a decoy. The face. I'm gonna miss when she says stuff. For real.
あなたです。
The culprit was someone who was pressing on Iroha until just now. Kanade Atonokoji, it's you. Wait, hold on. I thought Little Sis explained to us how she couldn't be the culprit. I'm grateful that you proved my innocence, but Kanade being the culprit? That being said, Kanade did act weird during breakfast. Usually she would have chased after her sis right away when Hibiki left. Yeah, she probably is. But she didn't hesitate a bit. Didn't she hesitate a bit? Ah, see the hesitation? She reluctantly followed once Setsuka told her to. I assume that is to make sure Iroha drank her coffee or not. Unfortunately, unbeknownst to Kanade, it was Sora who actually drank the coffee. So, she left, and then we drank the coffee. That's actually sick. I like that. Kanade really is the culprit, and considering her personality, she would have made sure that Iroha did in fact drink the sleeping pills. But how was that possible? Just how unlucky can you get? Well, aren't all matters like that? Something that shouldn't have happened somehow did, while something that should doesn't happen at all. Bullshit. What? Siobai, and now you. What is it with you people and trying to frame me as the culprit? I shared my theory, showed you the contradictions, and through my reasoning proved that Iroha is the culprit. Rage. Just how much rebuttal would it take for you to be satisfied? Sora has a point. If Iroha had fallen asleep with that drug, she would have been confirmed as the culprit without a doubt. Really? Do we have to take the long way? Alright, fine, I'll show you. First, the fact that the coffee was drugged is a stretch. It's not like I was the one who prepared the meal. How could I have drugged the coffee that Mikado had prepared? It isn't impossible. Teria would know just how quickly Mikado prepares our meals. Oh, yeah. Sora and I arrived early in the morning for breakfast a few days ago, and the meal was prepared even before the morning announcement. Oh, yes I do. You know what they say, the early chef dominates the culinary world. I prepared the food way in advance before you even wake up. You heard him. So if you just arrive at the diner before everyone wakes up, you would have ample time to drug Iroha's coffee. But you wouldn't really know where Iroha will actually sit, would you? That probably isn't the case because I usually sit at the same place. In fact, most of us usually sit at the same place every morning, don't we? True, unless the seat owners died and someone sat there instead, that was usually it. After hearing what you have to say, things start to make sense. The 3 hours of space between 9:54 and 12:54, that was time deliberately left blank by that girl to frame Bubblehead, so that she can say it was time Bubblehead spent on dismemberment. But just how unlucky can you get? Bubblehead was actually seen by Mikado Sanoji. By the irony of fate. Didn't Iroha just mention that it was Kanade who assigned her to look around the park near the ghost house? Come to think of it, perhaps that was also something she did in advance to frame Iroha. That's not all. Iroha wasn't invited to the chat room that was created from Setsuka's handbook. They probably separately told Iroha to come to the Mirror Mansion so that Iroha could see Hibiki entering the ghost house, and later claimed that Iroha was lying, making everyone suspect her. Told ya, culprit's Kanade and Tonakoji. Obviously that Bubblehead can't come up with a trick at this level. He's making fun of me, isn't he? Hold on, this trial is a bit rough. The culprit seems changing. Keeps changing. I don't know who's telling the truth or not. One thing is for sure, Sora consuming the sleeping pills and Mikado witnessing Iroha can't be coincidences. And the one who orchestrated that was Kanade. So Kanade is really the culprit. Kanade. Kanade? Okay. God. I think it's a good time to go make a drink. So, hold that thought.
Where are you?
I'm here.
We're way behind schedule.
Kids are gonna love them. Everybody loves them.
Where are you?
I think this is it.
Someday, you will be forgotten. Hurry! 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 We're way behind schedule. Thank you! You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh, wait, it's Jordan's birthday today? Happy birthday! Oh my god, I forgot. I forgot your birthday is so close to mine, Jordan. Alright. We're womb besties? Oh my. He's 30. Aww. Cute! Kevin just turned 30 as well. Well, in January. Anyway. Reminder to all, we will be doing a birthday stream on Friday, because that is my birthday. There's a Sandra Lee playlist, and we're gonna drink a passionate dream. I'm really excited. Anyways. Okay. Alright, here comes the face crack. You guys ready for this? This is probably gonna be psycho.
Oh no, disastrous.
Like, there is no way this one goes down easily. But before she does, she's gonna force us to tell... She's gonna force us to explain that she put the body in the Satsuki doll. Yeah. Okay, yes, yep, yeah, alright, sure. Show the birthday cookie cake, I want to see it so bad. A southern driver? Oh, lord. Hanade? Yes, it seems like you've used your damn stupid brains to reach a conclusion. As you said, I don't have any logical rebuttal against this. All of this is just a presumption. I have no evidence against this. Yes, but being the generous and merciful, I will go over your stupid delusions. Yes, I suppose I did drug Iroha's coffee. Yes? Then, how about we go back to when Siobai was suspecting me as the culprit? Yes? Yes, just try to deduce things under the proposition that I'm the culprit. Yes? Just how did I murder Setsuka? Quite an unsolvable mystery. Yes? 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 Why isn't anyone answering?
Yes?
Yes? Wait, I'm gonna go look right now. Jordan.
Yes.
I love it! Oh my god, Morgana, and it looks delicious. Oh my god, yes, Jordan. That is so great. Steven, I think you ooh-wooed it before I could. Oh no, that was either Matt or Tom. Well, anyway. Yeah, that looks amazing. Oh my gosh. It was delicious. I know it was. I know it was. Okay. What's happening? Kanade, talk to us. Yes? Come on! Answer me! Yes! 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 Well... I, who cannot carry the hands. I, who cannot hide the corpse near the ghost house. I, who was with you all throughout the entire parade. Explain to me, how the hell did I manage to kill Setsuka despite all these alibis and move the damn corpse? Anyone? Yes? Siobai, Sora, Yuki, anyone? Come on, let's hear it. She's doing the Alice. And honey, you're scaring me. Oh. My dear sis. I'm gonna be real. Kanade gave herself up the second she told us that Hibiki forgets everything when you show her trauma. That was it. There was no longer that we're sussing Iroha. It was, well, you had to have done it because you're the only one who knows that. She has more faces than Junko. She's close, I think. Relax, there's no way. I'm the culprit. You're not the culprit either. We're completely innocent, so there's nothing to worry about. I'll solve everything for you. I will. Nobody spoke another word. Was it because we were intimidated by the sheer insanity of Kanade? Partly that, but Kanade wasn't just raging upon us without any logic. It was completely different from the breakdowns of all the other culprits. There were simply too many contradictions to point her as a culprit. Even if she really was the culprit, her defense against the truth was too hard for us to break. Except, as the player, we know what it is, so it's very frustrating. My, Pat got your tongue. Everyone, try to focus. Maybe we've all missed some sort of clue. I don't want to die just as much as you guys, so let's start this over again. Now let's put our heads together on this. It's impossible. There are too many contradictions if we assume Kanade's the culprit. Maybe Kanade really isn't the culprit, and of course, me too. Wait, what about the deal with the sleeping pills? If Kanade wasn't the one who drugged the coffee, then who was it? Honestly, I think it's possible that Sora could have lied about this. You guys. Please. Please. I need you guys to get to the point, because we've been thinking this since the beginning of the trial. So, having a cast full of stupid... No. I actually forgot how much I hate the Flappy Bird minigame. I'm happy it's gone. And the Yamate game is gone. So there's nothing left to stop me from just clearing this. They just need to get it together. Okay? We only have Sora's words to back it up, right? But if Sora was lying, then there goes my account's credibility again. As if you had any credibility to begin with. But that isn't the only thing that made Kanade suspicious. Not to mention that Kanade didn't outright deny the fact about the sleeping pills. I have no idea what's going on and who's right or wrong. Seobai, any ideas? Thought you saw me as shit. Now you're running back to me because you're out of ideas? Well, the main problem is how the culprit was able to move the corpse to Ghost House. Okay, this is getting towards what I want. Thank you, Seobai. I actually think this trial is making me like Seobai more because I can't stand stupid characters. That's not true. In Danganronpa, I can't stand stupid characters. So, I need somebody to get this train moving and catch up with my thought processes. If we think about the whole timeline, the concept of hiding the corpse in Block A is entirely impossible. Still, they must have used monorails, but we've still got something missing there. Something. Oh, I got it! I know the culprit! It's Mikado! Mikado used magic to teleport the corpse inside the ghost house! If he keeps talking about the school rules preventing him from using magic, but who knows if that rule is actually fake? Iroha, might I kindly ask, what the actual fuck? I'm listening.
Don't believe it!
I mean... Mikado, your whole existence in this game makes no sense, so... I don't really think it's too far to suspect you, but it's not you for sure for this case. Or maybe there was a secret passage that they used to transport the corpse. Iroha, maybe it's best you stay quiet. Agree. Don't lose your focus. Iroha, that's not a theory. That's just your delusions. But... They are really shitting on Iroha this trial. What if she kills in Chapter 4 just out of vengeance? And look at Kanade. But I can understand where she's coming from. There really is no way that this could have happened. Teleport inside. See, Tom, I told you Kanade is at, like, definitely top 3 in this game. She is definitely top 3, and I think Seobai might secretly climb after Kanade dies. Secret passageway. Ghost house was shaped like Seobai? I got it. There is a way. There is a way that Kanade Otonokoji could move the corpse. Really? What is it? Problem is solved if you can move the corpse inside the ghost house without using the gates. Ding, 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 ding! It's the fucking chimney! And there is one passageway in that ghost house that matches this condition. And where's that? A passageway in the ghost house that connects to the outside other than the gates. Probably time for a mini-game. Perhaps there is that one thing inside the ghost house. If we could point that out. Oh, yes! It's not a minigame! Alright, chimney. Fireplace.
Yes.
Yes!
これですね。
I see! The chimney. What? Seobai, are you perhaps referring to the chimney? There was a fireplace at the ghost house. If there's a fireplace, that means there was a chimney that connects to the outside. Bingo. You throw the corpse through the chimney, the corpse would get thrown down to the fireplace. And that also explains why the corpse had to be cut up. Because a regular human corpse wouldn't fit down a chimney. But if it's chopped into a bunch of fucking pieces, it fits all nicely into a bag and... If the fire was put out, it wouldn't stand out. And it would be near the altar as well. Ugh! The chimney, you're kidding me, right? That's also why it's bruised. Yep, because it fucking fell down a chimney and went... What an astounding turn of events! By throwing the corpse in through the chimney during the parade, don't have to hide them beforehand. You can enter empty-handed at 1942 after the white-haired girl leaves the ghost house. So, they used Hibiki to do this, I think. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how they would have gotten up to the chimney to throw it in. That is a legitimate concern. They would have had to have scaled the building with a bag of body parts. The corpse is already in the fireplace, so you just have to move them to the altar and flood the place with blood packs. Just in case, did you search the fireplace when you were investigating the ghost house? No. I didn't think that Setsuko was dead at that time, so I investigated places that a living human being could naturally be. Not to mention that it was especially dark near the fireplace. Alright, so no contradictions there. How's this, twins? A new challenge for you. Let's see you sing and dance around this one. Okay, and now stop debate. Unused antibiotics, bruised corpse. Bruised corpse is probably what we're doing, right? The culprit threw the corpse inside through this chimney. But is that actually possible? Nope, it's absolute nonsense. There weren't any clues left in the fireplace. Why, we didn't even have to discuss the clues. Something. How would you throw a corpse into a place that high? True. I guess the culprit rode a plane or something, yes? I honestly agree that is a bit too far. But magic could have pulled it off, sure, but I am bound by the first rules. Do stop distracting us with your nonsense and just shut up. Tiobai has finally found some decisive clues. Let's not waste this chance and listen for contradiction in Kanade's words. So the unknown plastic bag is what we'll disagree with Kanade with, because that's the evidence. No, that's wrong! Wait a second, about that fireplace. There was a suspicious black plastic bag near the fireplace. I'm not sure what that could be, but I'm positive it wasn't there from the start. Plastic bags near the fireplace. What's the deal with that? We deduce it based on Seobai's theory. That bag could probably be the one that contains the body parts. The fireplace was always lit, at least until the culprit turned it off. If that bag was there before, it would have burnt away. So the bag was put there after the fireplace was put off. In other words, the day of the crime. So there is other evidence that they threw the corpse through the chimney. Ghost house is pretty high. It's pretty higher than you think. If the corpse fell through that height, there would be some traces left on the body. Traces on the body. If the culprit threw the corpse into a place that high, the corpse would definitely have some traces on it. That evidence is bruises. You're talking about the bruises on the corpse, right, Seobai? You bet. Bruises? While Setsuka's body was cut into pieces, each piece had some traces of bruises. It even said so in the monochrome file. If the body fell straight through the roof, like Seobai said, it would be natural that there would be a few broken bones here and there. And a chopped up body. So what is a bruise? A bruise is white blood cells? Collecting on something? No? Let's Google it. Yeah, where's Phil? What is a bruise?
Oh my god!
It's when blood pools under your skin. It's caused by a blood vessel break.
Doctor!
So... if it's already been cut up, are your blood cells still alive? No, right? I don't know. Maybe your blood cells are still alive for, like, a certain amount of time after you die? Because I've heard of, like, you know, bodies, like, twitch and shit even after the person is dead. I don't know if that's at all the same thing. Yeah. Right, rigor mortis, where they grip. It's really strong, right? But that's when the body is whole. I'm wondering if that is different when it's been chopped. It does make you wonder. Okay, well, anyway. Conversely, there would be no explanation for those bruises if it didn't fall through the chimney. I am not in the... The murder weapon has something sharp, so it's highly unlikely that those bruises would have occurred otherwise. That's involuntary muscle electrical signal. If you're dead, blood stops pooling at damaged sites because your heart stops pumping. Right, so if you cut off somebody's arm after they were dead and you threw it into a cement wall, would it bruise? There's no immune response because your heart is not beating. So is this just like a massive loophole? Small indie company, actually, though. What nonsense are you on about? The chimney? You guys said it yourself. The ghost house is pretty tall. Considering the inclination of the building, it would be impossible to climb up the damn thing. So how would someone manage that? I honestly have to agree. After all, the ghost house is the tallest building out of everything in Block A. There's no other place taller than the ghost house. Then how would you manage to throw something onto the top of it? There's one place that can reach higher than the ghost house. What? Some place aforementioned in my theory. Monorail. The monorails go right past the ghost house roof. Okay, that I did not see coming. Are you seriously suggesting that they threw the corpse while riding the monorail? No, I'm not suggesting it. It's the only possible way. I'm sorry, but this isn't a fantasy world. Or would you like me to get you incarnated in another world? Yeah, about that. I have someone otherworldly right next to me. I'm not a fantasy creature. Treating me in such a way is cruel, insensitive act that ignores everything I've done so far. Not to be that guy here, but I think it's impossible too. The monorail is pretty slow, granted, but it's still a moving device. If they missed the shot, all would go to waste. They risk that kind of shot on a moving platform? They are about to bring up that Kanade is really good at darts. That is literally about to happen. Oh my god. Throw the corpse at the chimney when the monorail goes past it. Is it truly possible for a human being and a high schooler of all people? If there's any proof that this was possible for Kanade, then Siobai's theory would basically be confirmed. Well, Carpajack, they did say that it would take hours to cut up the body. But yes, even with the abdomen removed, right? Because they didn't include the abdomen with the rest of the cut up parts, it would still be pretty heavy. Like, figure at least 85 pounds, right? Because these are anime children. They're probably not that heavy in their entirety, but without the gut, if you want to get away with murder, don't show your talents beforehand. Exactly, because we're about to link it. We are literally about to link it. You're all taking notes with her left hand, so get ready. Let's trace our memories back. Let's recall any memory related to Kanade's physical abilities. Flashback anagram. Fucking... darts! It's darts!
Delightful.
What the fuck is that glitch? Oh no! Wait! I have no idea. We're gonna lose.
Delightful.
Keys Rima. Why does it say that? Okay, so we want the HI. Where was that? We're dead. We're dead. HI is there. No, it's Hibiki. So HI, second from the left, bottom right. BI, BI. And then we need... okay, RK. I already forgot. HI, HI, E, B, fuck. AB keys, remark, RK. I have no idea where RK is. Oh, there's a... shoot! Okay. So wait. HI, BI, BI, RK, RK in the middle. Okay. Where was the BI? I don't remember! I do? No! That's wrong! It's laggy. I swear. RK, RK.
Super.
Is this character coming out as bi? Oh, yeah. Hi, Evo. Yeah, that was it. She couldn't tell us, so she had to hide it behind cards that we have to flip. Hibiki's bi. She definitely was. Actually, maybe just lesbian. But anyway. That's so Resident Evil. Is it evil or is it Resident Evil? How are you tonight, Evo? By the way, guys, shout out Evo, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, there is proof. It's unnecessarily complicated puzzle. That's what it is. Oh, I see. Oh, are we feeling that way? Are we feeling that way about Resident Evil, the remake, right? 4, I think it is? Do we have stupid puzzles? Do we not like it? It might have been possible to throw the corpse into the chimney for Kanade. What? Really? Hibiki. Hibiki, listen to me. What? You told me on the first day on the 3rd island at the casino. Remember? I was able to beat them all, and luck or may not may be involved. No, it wasn't involved. Because, like me, Evo, you have access to advanced gaming. That is our natural, latent ability. Okay? So, you did it, because that's what you do. Anyways, proud of you. Good job. What other games are you going to play on stream soon? You told me the first day on the 3rd island at the casino, remember? That Kanade's accuracy is impeccable. She always hits her target. That one time, she even scored a goal from her school rooftop onto the sports grounds basketball rim. I want to try this Deceive Inc. that everyone is gagged about. Dead Island 2 and maybe Demonologist. Holy shit. Yeah, there is a lot of good games coming out, like RPGs, visual novels, like lots of stuff that I'm interested in have just been happening, and it's great. The problem is having enough hours in the day to actually stream them all. That is a whole separate issue, but like, I'm happy that there's a lot of content, potential content. You're playing all the scary stuff, Evo. You're like, Demon, Dead Game, Silent Hill, like, holy... I gotta like, grow up here and try some of those games sometime. Is that even possible? Wait, if it is, why is she making that face? Why is she making that face? Yes, throwing a corpse into a chimney while on a monorail should be a piece of cake. I knew that Kanade had such an ability. Is that really true? Hibiki? Well, it's true. Kanade has always... Shut up, Hibiki! You should have just kept quiet. What are you getting flustered for? Your reaction just gave credibility to what your sis said. Come to think of it, Kanade looked a little flustered with that remark. Kanade is literally about to kill Mikado. Her plan was gonna work if Mikado didn't speak up. At that time, I thought it was because she couldn't keep up with Hibiki's pace. But thinking back now, she might have already thought of this plan way back then. Way back then? That was a few days ago! And she was already planning to murder someone even then? That would mean that Kanade thought of this trick as soon as she understood the structure of Satsuki Island. Fufu, aren't you the scary type? If that's true... Oh, if that's true, then actually, it's possible for Kanade to commit the murder. Actually, the only one who has the ability amongst us is Kanade. So the murder would be impossible for anyone other than Kanade. Kanade? Stupid sis. Well, I'm sure I'll let that pass. It doesn't matter, really. Even if I had used that method to move the corpse inside the ghost house, the monorail was active during 1800 to 1900, the only time possible for the culprit to throw the corpse. But have you all forgotten? That time was when the parade was going on. Oh, that's right. Come to think of it, Kanade watched the parade with us, so it wouldn't make sense for her to also be on the monorail throwing corpses at that time. We ourselves are the witnesses. Wait, that means we're stuck again? Did Siobai make another mistake? Wait, but Little Miss Sis didn't deny the chimney theory. It's gonna be Hibiki as Kanade? That's what I was saying. And I actually would be disappointed if they didn't do something with twins like that. But actually, here's the thing. Kanade was with us. But Hibiki was also supposed to be seen by Iroha during the parade, so I actually don't think that's it. She might actually be one of the smartest murderers. Yeah, for sure. She's Celeste. She's Celeste level. The problem is, and this is the same thing that happened to Celeste in Danganronpa 1, you look at what happened, and the number of people that are intelligent enough to orchestrate it point to you. And actually, the same kind of shit happened, right? Celeste tried to blame Hiro, but Hiro was a dumbass, so it didn't work. And Kanade tried to blame Iroha, but Iroha's basically female hero. So... yeah, it just doesn't work. If you're smart and you try to kill, it doesn't work. You're better off playing for the home team and figuring out the murders. Underlyingly, I feel Nikkei is a little intelligent, so he's trying to make sense of everything, which I like. So maybe he will last through the game and help us with the subsequent trials, because it's gonna be rough with just Siobai. Because Siobai's kind of a free agent. To be honest, the reaction she just showed wasn't something that a totally innocent person would have. I'm not the culprit. I just didn't feel the need to object to every single detail. I have an alibi after all. Seems we've hit yet another roadblock. You're gonna act like Dad, too, can play at that game. Everything would make sense if she's able to ride the monorail at that time, right? I told you, I was watching the parade. The others are all my witnesses. Oh, was that you? Alright. Apparently my idea about that is wrong. Heavy is correct.
You mustn't!
What do you mean? Stupid shits. You got fooled once last time. This is literally the same trick, dickheads. Last time? You mean when Emma was disguised as Kokoro? Which was also stupid, by the way. That's right, Bubblehead. You don't all get it by now? Call who I suspected as an accomplice when Kanade Otonokoji. Can't be. Hibiki disguised herself as Kanade? What? Wait, no, it isn't entirely impossible. It actually makes sense. Hibiki and Kanade are identical twins. A bit of disguise and no one would be able to tell them apart. Hibiki doesn't have an alibi today, so if she was disguised as Kanade, then the person without an alibi throughout today was actually Kanade. We should double check just in case. Has anyone seen Hibiki even once after this morning? Iroha. Oh. Nope, this makes total sense. It does. Iroha thought she saw Hibiki, but it was Kanade. And Hibiki was pretending to be Kanade with the rest of the group. My question, well, okay. Why would Iroha say it was Hibiki and not Kanade? Because she knew Kanade was with the other group, so it had to be Hibiki. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. But wait! The only thing is, this means they didn't use the dolls to move the corpse. Unless it... No, they couldn't have. They took it on the monorail. Okay. Nobody? I hope that you're not just ignoring me this time. The case had already started this morning. Of course, no one has seen them. They basically switched their alibis through disguise. Hey, Ranger. Evening. Great to see you. I will let Kevin know that you give him hugs. Next week is my birthday, so make sure to show up on Friday. Say hi. The first time we saw Kanade after breakfast was during the parade. So the Kanade we met there was probably Hibiki. The real Kanade was riding the monorails, moving the corpse. Admit it, Kanade Atonokoji. You're not just some ordinary high schooler. You're smart, cunning, and careful. Even more so than me. Beats me why such a talented girl's in a band for some reason. But you let your guard down. Sure, you put up a pretty high wall, but you've left some holes here and there. Well, my turn is over. It's yours now. Any rebuttals? I haven't had such a battle like that in ages, and honestly, it was a bit fun. Though it hurts my pride that I had to get some help from the likes of you all along the way. So you're admitting that. I thought that you would try to take all the credit. I told you I'm a calculative guy. We all die a happy death if I make a mistake while I stubbornly press on with my theory. It's much more efficient to give up your pride and put your brains together in these cases. Am I late? Hey, Thomas. Yeah, so we are finishing the trial. Basically, Kanade ran us in a circle trying to accuse Iroha, and then they figured out that it was actually still just Kanade, so... There's not much left to the trial. We did the horrible Flappy Bird minigame. We already did the shooting Yamate minigame. Yeah, I think it's basically a wrap, right? We got Kanade. We got her. We got her ass. To think that you'd be on the same wavelength as us. I think this is the first time you've spoken so much. It doesn't change the fact that you were all hopeless as shit until I took over the stage. You had to rub it in. Ha 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 ha! Kanade? So let me get this straight. The one watching the parade is actually Sis. And I was actually on the monorails, yes? And while the monorail went past the ghost house, I threw the corpse into the chimney. Congratulations, you've gotten everything wrong. Another rebuttal? Please, would you give it a break? You're definitely the culprit here. You lack the brains to think and don't talk at all. People like you are the reason the term trash journalism exists. Would you just... Finally, someone who knows how to put up a real fight. Come at me. Now, I'm going to start with the throwing corpse part and go through everything from there. Setsuka's dismembered body consisted of a head, torso, each hands, arms, legs, and feet. The 10 pieces all together. Now here's a simple question. How many times does the monorail go past the ghost house during 1 hour run? Real quick, guys. Kevin just got home, so I'm gonna take a quick break. I will be RB. Yeah, hello? Okay, I'm back. Kanade, you are in big trouble, girl. How many times does the monorail go past the ghost house during its 1 hour run? What? You're not seriously suggesting that I threw all 10 pieces at once in one go, are you? The monorail is quite slow, but still as fast as a speeding bike. To summarize, you can only throw one piece at a time, each time you go past the house. Why? According to Siobai's theory, the culprit starts off at Block C to ride the one heading to Block A, right? They throw their first piece here, and after 15 minutes, where it would take its round trip, they throw the next one. They throw each piece at each round trips. 30, 45, 60-minute mark. Wait, who gets it? Our precious hour has already passed with 4 round trips. So is this why there was so much time in the clock outs, the in and out? There was a 3-hour mark and like a 5-hour period, right? So maybe they needed the 5 hours to ride the monorail back and forth? Man, I don't know. And the monorail isn't active for the next hour. What are we to do with this remaining 6 pieces? How are we to explain this? Well, he definitely makes a point. The idea of throwing a corpse into the chimney was remarkable, but the number of throws needed is far too much. Okay, this is where the Satsuki suits come into play. We have a much bigger problem at hand, really. Throwing the corpse inside the chimney is actually impossible for a different reason. Sure, the legs and arms and hands and feet are small enough to fit inside the passageway. And the head, well, she did have a relatively small head, so let's let that pass. What about the torso? Do you really think that her torso would be able to fit inside the chimney, that small of a chimney? Is it not possible? Torso was missing an abdomen, right? Wouldn't it have fit without it? You can break the joints to fit any other piece of the body, but you can't do so with the body. What? Not to mention that her chest area was particularly larger than anyone else. That part would surely get stuck halfway through. You're gonna play that card, eh? Maybe it did. Then you can just move the torso separately. You know, through the gates as normal. How? The reason we're talking about this damn chimney theory is because passing through the gates is practically impossible, remember? If you want to prove this theory, you need to be able to move each and every body part through the chimney. Whatever reasoning we throw at Kanade, she vigorously defends back. If we can't penetrate through this defense, we won't be able to accuse her as the culprit. As Siobai admitted, can't win against Kanade alone. Let's think this through together. I know, what a choice of words. Okay. Sachin Parade. The torso doesn't fit in the chimney. In other words, you would need to move the torso a different way. Of course, such a way doesn't exist. You could have just taken the torso separately. While Kanade is busy throwing the corpse, Hibiki moves the... Impossible. I was watching the parade then. Even if that was Sis's disguise, at least something. But then, by that logic, who was the person that watched the parade? What if she separately took the torso and hid it somewhere else? Impossible. You can only throw 4 pieces total. There are 6 pieces excluding the torso, so that's too much risk. Then we're out of any options! If If we exclude the chimney theory, there are no other ways to move the torso. Oh. How the fuck did I end up on pins on the flower bed? God damn it, alright. No, that's wrong! Alright, finally! We get to talk about the Satsuki dolls. Yeah, imagine if I tried to finish this last week. How long have we been on this? Over 2 hours. Fail was actually not kidding. No, Kanade, there is a way to move the torso without throwing it into the chimney. Moreover, by doing this, you could also move the torso from block C to A without getting caught. Such a way really exists? Impossible. There is no such way. Well, there is. It's by using the parade dolls. Hey, dolls. This was just a spark of an idea, but the dolls move on their own and are empty inside. The thing about this is Fail didn't know, he just said it and he ended up being right. I can't with him. So if you put the torso inside the dolls of the storehouse at block C before the parade, the torso will automatically get sent with the parade without gathering suspicion. Huh, I'm impressed, Whitey. That was what I was going to say. In addition, what she said, torso would inevitably arrive at Block A's storehouse after the parade, which is exactly the place Kanade Atonokoji was supposed to investigate during her storage. Oh, so she had a way of retrieving it back! Then the torso was hiding inside the storehouse, and in the 6-minute gap between 1936, when Sora left, and 1942, she went inside the ghost house during this time to retrieve the torso. Yeah, in addition to that, Hibiki Atonokoji was probably hiding in the storehouse as well. When the white-haired girl started to search Block A, that girl headed straight to the storehouse and switched places with the real Kanade Atonokoji. After that, little shit confirms that Albino left the ghost house and signals to her sis using the handbook. And the little shit, who was standing with the torso nearby the storehouse, heads straight to the ghost house. Meanwhile, the littler shit returns to the white hair gang. We previously thought that 6 minutes would be too short of a time to move the corpse between the storehouse and the ghost house. However, this was because we considered moving all the body pieces. If it was just the torso, it would definitely have been possible. Amazing, Sora! And so what? As mentioned previously, the monorail only passes through the ghost house 4 times in the span of an hour. We have 5 more body pieces to take care of, even excluding the torso. How are we to move this? Well, yeah, about your crap about the monorails, you mean 7 times, not 4, you blind little shit. What? How come? It takes 15 minutes for a round trip, and the monorail becomes inactive after 1 hour. There are 2 different kinds of monorail, one for each direction. To go past the ghost house, you need to take track from block A and C. Simply said, transfer between the 2 monorails to ride only the track between A and C. There is no need for a full round trip. What? Wait, how did the order and the direction of the monorails go again? Hold on a sec. I had it written down just in case. Here it is. At every hour, the monorail starts at block and goes along the path of BAC. And 5 minutes later, another monorail takes its departure towards the other direction. Hold on, so if we draw out the timetable, quit wasting time. Here, give me that. I'll draw it for you. Oh my. Now you get what I mean? Focal point here is starting at 1800. The culprit was standing by with the corpse at the Block C station. When the train heading to Block A at 1810, she rides this to Block A. Here, she will go past the ghost house for the first time. She throws one of the pieces here, one down. She arrives at Block A at 8:15 and waits 5 minutes on the platform, with the train heading in the opposite direction. The train eventually arrives, she rides it back to Block C. During that time, she passes through the ghost house again, 2 down. Block C again at 8:25. But this time, the train she'll transfer has already arrived. She transfers right away to head to Block A. 3 down. If you repeat this process... Well, do you need to go any further? All got it by now, right? He's right! Using this method, you can go past the ghost house a total of 7 times, and the last train arrives at Block A, exactly 1900. He's the ultimate commuter. The ultimate public transportation enthusiast. Kanaya Tanakoji, serial killer. Actually, she wasn't a serial killer, although she is going to get her sister killed, so maybe she is. Perhaps Kanade even took this into account when she chose the crime scene. I see. I made a mistake. She admitted it. So it seems like you would be able to throw those 7 corpse pieces through the chimney. But what difference does it make? Even with the torso carried by the parade dolls, that still leaves 2 remaining body pieces. Quite a mystery, yes? What happened to those 2 pieces, yes? Just how did I remove them? Yes? Answer me! Can't you fit the 2 pieces with torso inside the parade dolls? Even if the storehouse is a bit far away, I'm sure 6 minutes is enough to manage 2 additional body pieces. I doubt it. Of course, her torso is quite large and heavy after all. What about the small parts of the body, like hands and feet? They seem pretty possible. Hands? Yes, that's it! The 2 remaining pieces would definitely be hands. What do you mean? Think about it. Iroha saw Hibiki entering the ghost house between 1755 and 1757. That means she had used Setsuka's handbooks, which means she had Setsuka's hands that are needed to turn the handbook on. So the remaining 2 hands were carried by Miss Oldersis herself. Hold on. That's right before the parade. Hibiki was disguised as Kanade. She would have had to meet up with us right after, so she wouldn't have had time to hide the hands. That means she had the hands with her when she was meeting up with us. That's exactly the problem, bro. If she had then, we would have definitely noticed them. Finally, some sensible logic. You're most absolutely right. Even if it was my sis that was with you during the parade, no one knows the whereabouts of those hands during the time. Finally see the connection. No, it might actually be a contradiction. What is she gonna say? I actually don't know. Oh my god. Do you know the main difference between Kanade and Hibiki? It's not their hairpins. It's their cup size. Did my bot literally quit? Wait, Squire? What happened? Okay, the voice commands are not working for some reason. Try now. Oh, Twitch was struggling for a bit? I see. Yeah, the voice commands are definitely not working.
My goodness, how awful!
Hiya, cutie.
You guys are hearing them? I am not hearing them. What?
Yes.
No, I actually can't hear them at all.
Hiya, papaya.
Do you understand?
No, this isn't good. I don't know what happened, but definitely something is fucked up. But anyway, you guys, we are literally about to be told that she hid the hands inside boobs. No, the Ultimate Surgeon was in Danganronpa, another one, and she died in this chapter, actually. But basically, she had 2 severed hands inside her shirt to make her boobs look as big as her sister's, who's her twin. Because she was pretending to be the big-boobed twin, but she was the small-boobed twin, pretending with us during the parade, while the big-boobed one was throwing 3 shots of limbs through a chimney from a moving train. Yeah, it's all extremely fucked. You guys can actually hear the voice commands? This cannot be. Imagine how horrible your life is being the small-boobed twin. I mean, she's literally about to die. Can identical twins have that big a difference in chest size? I actually don't know. Maybe? Maybe developmentally, like, right? There's something different going on in one body and not the other. Any boob masters in chat? Oh yeah, Armin! Wait, is Armin here? Armin would know the answer. They're probably not identical, but, like, they look almost identical. 1980s Japan. Okay, anyway. Yeah, right. Ranger, I don't think you're gonna be any help with this, particular subject. Sora? I have a hunch on where that hand could have been actually. No. Sora. She's about to fucking say it. I don't think I'm mentally ready for this. So there's 2 twins in this killing game. They look almost completely identical. And one of them has huge boobs, and the other one does not. And the small boobed one was hanging out with our group, pretending to be the big boobed one. And if that's the case, she had something stuffed in her shirts to make her boobs look big, so it was a believable facade, and it was a dead person's hands that they needed to activate the iPad so they could pass through the gate and fool everybody. That's what fucking happened. Perhaps you're under the false impression that you're smart just because you were able to tag along with Sealby's theory. Just a disgusting parasite that's always leeching off someone else's ideas and theories. That's sheer ignorance in your face, as if you figured out something on your own. It's disgusting. Would you please stay out of my sight before I throw up at the sight of your disgusting face? No, Kanade. We'll just see who's being arrogant here. This should be Kanade's final line of defense. Break through this, and we might be able to end this trial once and for all. No! No! They were gonna make me do this twice in one trial! Oh!
I think this is it.
I hope you guys heard the court command. I did not. I don't hear any of my voice commands right now, which is bizarre.
Yay!
God damn it.
Yeah!
Wait, I'm not hearing any audio. Okay, definitely something wrong is happening. Pick your volume mixer? I can't now. Is she saying Yamate? I don't even know. Do I need to shoot the blue ones? No, right? She's laughing. I don't hear anything. What happened? Did I fuck this up, she said? Yeah, girl. So, you know what's interesting about this? I can't hear anything, by the way. But that would mean Kanade is a void, and Hibiki is not. Let's take a pause to potentially redo this. I don't know how to pause this. Because it runs even if I tab out. But yeah, I don't hear anything. Yeah, I honestly don't know what happened. Everything just stopped working. I might need to restart stream. Why is this so long? Like, this is very silly. I know the health bar is above, but like, why do my shots do so little damage? Yeah, I need more free time, obviously. Is it? Using hands to correct body shape. Dun dun dun! Alright, hold on. After this, I'm gonna... What was that? Okay, hold on. Our sound mixer is completely fucked. Oh, I'm not getting any sounds from my PC at all right now. What? No, I didn't mute the source. Everything on my PC is mute right now. Hold on. Let me see if I play a YouTube video. If it... Nope, I don't even hear that. So something is super fucked. I know you guys can hear it, but I can't hear it through my speakers, which is a problem. Even the Atelier anime I have in the background, wow. What's funny is, like, we, like, one by one, we lost everything. First we lost the sound commands, and then I lost game sound, so now I'm just like, what happened? No, my, why is all this happening on Earth Day? Is it Earth Day? We might need to restart, guys, because I think everything is fucked right now, unfortunately. So let's take a quick breather, and I'll be right back. Give me 5 minutes. Make sure that's saved. All right, I'll be right back, guys.